A recession can be very awkward, especially if you find yourself on the side of people who do not have enough money to afford a good lifestyle. Besides, the best opportunities happen during the crisis. So, if you're struggling to pay the bills and if you are searching for ideas to get out of that situation, you are at the right place. We're not going to talk about the most common business ideas like starting an online agency, being a graphic designer, or even online dropshipping. Today, we're actually talking about businesses that could potentially make you millions if you dedicate yourself to it. Hi, Matrix Money Maker here. Today, we're going to talk about the best business ideas for the recession. Make sure to subscribe and watch until the end to see which business's option best suits you. First off is direct-to-consumer specialty food. Almost every state in the US or every country has its own food specialty. It can be a special dish or it can be a specific snack that many people love to eat on a daily basis. The problem is that when people are traveling from their home country and go in foreign countries, they're not able to find these kinds of food anymore. This is an opportunity to seize, and your purpose here would basically be to get in contact with the different food sellers, collect orders from the people and consumers, and order it directly with the food sellers. Doing this, you could actually get a good margin. As you're doing the job of taking directly to the sellers and the consumers, you can fix your prices to charge your service and products. And prices can go pretty high because it is a special food that is nowhere to be found around the area. For instance, if you notice that you live in an area where lots of people like to eat salmon, you could get in touch with companies that have fishermen in other countries or close areas and order salmon with them in order to sell it directly to consumers. This is a great business idea because people are always going to eat food, and so the demand will always increase, and in addition, you're basically doing nothing but getting the food and selling it. So, selling certain food to specific consumers is a great business that could easily generate a lot of money. The second one is host conferences. Nowadays, people take a lot of online courses and online conferences. However, there is a big difference between an online conference and an actual face-to-face conference. And the fact is that many people are willing to go to those conferences and actually meet people and have a real conversation with them instead of doing a Zoom call or a FaceTime. For this reason, hosting conferences can be a good source of income, especially if you have some knowledge that you want to share or some stories that you are willing to tell. People will be interested as long as you target the right audience. Even though at the beginning it will be challenging and take time to talk in front of a large audience or to build an audience to whom you can talk to, it is worth the wait because you will undeniably make a lot of money from doing it. For instance, people can pay up to $5,000 to attend a conference, and if there are 1,000 people going to that conference, this is $1.5 million just from hosting a conference in revenue. So, hosting conferences is definitely a great opportunity for the recession. Import-export business. Now, talking about import-export businesses, there are two main ways to manage this business. The first way is by talking to a company or another business and helping them if they're trying to export the products to another country. For most of the companies out there trying to go international, it can be challenging to expand, and there are not many solutions or services willing to help them with the process. For this reason, there is a high demand for this service, and you can easily scale it and make money from commissions as you allow companies to expand their ventures to other countries. Moreover, you can do it in the other way around by starting with consumers and clients. In fact, you can notice that in your country there is a high demand for a certain product and connect with the companies to import and expand in your country and thereby get commissions on their profit or sales. Another way of doing import/export is by looking in other countries for trends and implementing it in your country. For example, if in the United States there is a special trend that you noticed with the population, you could try to understand it and export it to your country, which would be France or Italy or any other countries where the trend does not already exist. And by doing this, you would certainly be greatly rewarded. The fourth business idea here is party plus event rentals. It is a great opportunity because you can do it at any moment and you can even start it as a side hustle. Notice that people often do events such as weddings, birthdays, or even corporate events outside and they rent tents. Now, to start this business, you would have to make a well-elaborated business plan and save some money. It requires you to invest some money up front because you would have to buy the materials such as tents, chairs, and other furniture to launch your company. But once you have the furniture, you can hire a person to manage it for you and it becomes a great source of passive income. Another great business idea is pressure washing. Starting a pressure washing business would have to start as a side hustle and you could work your way up to build a company. However, at the beginning, you would have to go and knock on the doors and convince the person in front of you that they have something that needs to be pressure washed. And there are a lot of chances that you find numerous customers and potentially form a company in the future. There are lots of people who started it as a side hustle and eventually ended up making more than $10,000 per month from all the clients they booked. Besides, you can pressure wash everything, whether it is cars, houses, desks, or even people's driveways. Moreover, you can charge the price however you would like, and you could charge hourly, daily, or even weekly. And the good thing is that people often miss some things at home, and you could tell them that if they need anything, they could call you and you can provide the services for them. In fact, as you already have booked them as clients, you can offer them upsells and charge them extra money for it. It can be anything, from trimming their edges to selling them firewoods. Food delivery and catering businesses. They are really different from starting a restaurant. Food catering includes food delivery services. In fact, as food is a resource that nobody can live without, improving the way food is bought and consumed is a brilliant idea for business. As of today, people are drawn most of the time to their work. For this reason, they don't necessarily have the time to cook, and eating outside is not always an option for everyone because it can be very expensive on a monthly basis. Besides, starting a restaurant can be extremely difficult because it requires a large amount of capital at the beginning, it is hard to find clients, and it is overall stressful to run it. That is why many restaurants fail during their 3 first years. Therefore, making a food delivery service can be a great idea. It is really not complicated to start. At the beginning, you might only need a chief, a person who delivers, and a software app for customers to order. Furthermore, if you opt to start a catering business, which is also a great business idea, it goes along with rentals and events. You get to make food for weddings, parties, schools, and many other customers. You can start making food within your own home. It is not necessary at the beginning to have a big kitchen. And not to add, it is very easy to scale it. As you book your first customer, you can easily get $1,000 or more. And with only 5 customers, you get $5,000 and expand it really quickly. Subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss more videos about how to make money, personal finance, investing, and much more. If you decide to start these businesses, check out the latest video about how to elaborate a business plan step by step to increase your chance of success. Take care.